What is going on, everybody? TJ here with Daily Grind Fantasy Sports, and in this video we're going to be building out a 5 flex slip over on Prizepicks utilizing the Prizepicks optimizer here at DGF. We're going to kick it off and start it with Daniel Jones over 16 fantasy score. I'm going to tell you guys why I like this play, and we're going to break down the rest of this slip right now. And guys, as I always ask, I ain't too proud to beg, I say it all the time. If you guys could please go ahead, hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if this is your first time stumbling upon the channel, welcome. Go ahead, smash that subscribe button. And make sure you turn on the notification bell so whenever we do go live or post content like this video, you get notified first. And all right, let's go ahead, jump into the slip. Okay, so as I mentioned, we're going to be kicking this 5 flex slip on Prizepicks off with Daniel Jones over 16 fantasy score. And I do want to talk about this play here. So, really cool feature that we have on the DGF optimizer. So this is obviously the Prizepicks optimizer right here at DGF. Right next to Daniel Jones's fantasy score on our optimizer, you'll see this go to fantasy scores page hyperlink. So if we go ahead and click that, it's going to bring me directly to the fantasy score screen. From here, we're able to see this Daniel Jones fantasy score projection. And we know that these sports books, right? So we see Barstool, Caesars, and Bovada all have a number associated to this Daniel Jones fantasy score. We know that these sports books don't actually have a fantasy score market, but some of them, not all, but some do actually have all of the individual props that are needed to make up a fantasy score for an NFL quarterback. We see the same thing with NBA players, MLB players. You'll see them populate to the optimizer because some of these sports books do have all those individual props that these DFS apps actually use to make up their fantasy score scoring. So what we've done on the back end here is we take all the near even lines that these sports books offer for those individual props for specific players, and we'll build out a fantasy score saying what these sports books would actually put a fantasy score over under at if they did have a fantasy score market. So right here, we see Barstool, Caesars, and Bovada all have those individual props that Prizepicks actually uses for their scoring, so we're able to compute what they would actually put it at. So Barstool, if they did have a fantasy score market for NFL quarterbacks, would have this at 18.1. Caesars, 18.7, and Bovada, 18.4. So we're looking at an average sportsbook projection of 18.4. Prizepicks has this set to 16. So it looks like based off of this number, this 18.4 projection, given these 3 sports books, Prizepicks is a little bit too low here, a lot of bit too low, on this Daniel Jones over 16 fantasy score. We got a 2.4 difference between the sports books and Prizepicks. So what do we want to do? We want to take the over of 16 on Prizepicks. We have 3 different sports books that are in agreement that this should be somewhere between 18.1 to 18.7 for an average of 18.4, and Prizepicks has it set to 16. It's obvious that Prizepicks is off. So we're going to go over to Prizepicks. We're going to hit today's board. We're going to go to, oh, this might take me forever to type in. Wow, look at that. Computer's running at 100% efficiency today. And look at that. We got one Thursday night football prop for tonight. It's going to be Daniel Jones over 16 fantasy score. And guys, from there, I'm going to give the optimizer a refresh. I was just filtering by Daniel Jones. I have no idea what else is on the board, so we're going to find out together, and we're going to build a slip. I did not remove. Just hit reset filters, TJ. Another cool feature that we have. Okay, let's see. Let's do this together. We have a lot of CSGO props. We have some really good NFL props. Wow, we do have some really good NFL props. You know what, guys? Let's go ahead and build out. Now, I'm not seeing anything else from this Giants and 49ers game. For anybody that missed it, I'll drop a link right here. I actually made a video yesterday with a complete game stack, positive correlation directly off of our correlation tool for tonight's 49ers and Giants game. If you guys want to check it out, again, that link was just above. Feel free to head over there after you complete this video, though. All right, let's skip over the CSGO props for now. Let's fixate here on NFL. So I'm going to clear all sports and just filter by NFL. Yeah, we have enough to build out a slip. So let's just make an all NFL slip. Marshawn Lattimore, over 3.5 player tackles plus assists. Right now, we have 6 different sports books that do have this set to 3.5, all juiced on the over, right? We can see DraftKings at -135, Barstool at -140, BetMGM at -145, along with Caesars. We have Fliff and Hot Streak a little bit aggressive here with -150 and -162, but regardless, we're looking at a -146 average. Now, in our 5 flex Prizepicks slip, we're getting all these legs at minus 119, which computes to roughly a 54.3% break-even win rate. That's what we need to remain profitable in the long run playing on Prizepicks, right? We need to hit that 54.3% in our 5 flex slips. If we can do that, we'll remain profitable. We'll be a profitable sports bettor, continuously playing those props in the long run. That doesn't mean tomorrow. That doesn't mean in a week. Continuously playing these props over time. So Marshawn Lattimore currently has a 55.2% fair odds percent to hit his over 3.5 player tackles plus assists. That's a really good play to add into our 5 flex slip on Prizepicks. So let's go ahead and add in Lattimore. Over 3.5 tackles plus assists. Directly below that, we have Justin Tucker over 1.5 field goals made. Again, same situation. The sportsbooks also have this set to 1.5 with some serious juice on the over. We have an average of minus 143 for a 54.6% fair odds percent. And that's greater than our 54.3% threshold that we're looking for to remain profitable in the long run. So again, another really good plus EV play is going to be Justin Tucker over field goals. So we'll go ahead and add that. I'm actually really surprised that my keyboard is allowing me, I'm not editing that out, allowing me to actually type these. This is fantastic. Directly below it, guys, Demario Davis, same thing. And again, this is, now, I don't mind this because obviously Demario Davis is a linebacker here for the Saints, and here we go. Now my keyboard's starting to shit the bed. We already have Lattimore, who's a cornerback, over 3.5 tackles plus assists. So I'm totally okay with going with Demario Davis, and this is what happens, guys. Keyboard just V. That's what I was able to type, V. So I did this the old-fashioned way. I actually just went to tackles plus assists. I found Demario Davis. It actually looks like he did just get bumped from 8.5 down to 8, so we missed out on the value there. I was going to make a case for this somewhat still being positive correlated, right? If Demario Davis isn't getting tackles, hopefully Marshawn Lattimore is, but we don't even need to dive into that because we're not going to play this Demario Davis play. Reason being, if we were to get him at 8.5, we'd be looking at a 54.6% fair odds percent for him to stay under. Now, we missed out on that value. He did get bumped down from 8.5 to 8. So we're not going to chase. We're not going to play this play. That value is gone. So if you did miss out on Demario Davis and you still wanted to play it, definitely don't want to do it on Prizepicks. The value's gone, so move on. Try to find a different play to add into a slip if you did miss out on that value. We're going to head directly below that, though, and go to Cameron Dicker over 6.5 kicker points. Again, guys, same thing with Justin Tucker, same thing with Lattimore, and same thing that we did just see with Demario Davis before he got bumped. We're looking at a 54.6% fair odds percent. We've taken all of these implied odds here between the sports books. We've taken out all the juice. We have a minus 141 average, which would compute to that 54.6% fair odds percent. So no juice, no vig in that actual line in that computation. So really good play. We're going to add in Cameron Dickerson. Oh, I can type again. Cameron Dicker, over 6.5 kicking points. And now, guys, we need one more play to finish out our 5 flex slip. And this will actually be a pretty good teaching point here on Brett Maher, under 6.5 kicker points. Now, we noticed that this is at 54.26%, right? And we do want to hit that 54.3% break-even win rate over on Prizepicks. That's what we want to remain profitable in the long run. But that is our average individual prop in our specific slip. So if we have a couple plays, Daniel Jones at 56%, Marshawn Lattimore at 55.2%, Justin Tucker at 54.6%, the average needs to be greater than that 54.3%. So because Brett Maher, which technically if we round up is actually 54.3%, is a little bit below that number, the total slip is still plus EV because of the average of each other individual leg. So you can go below that number of 54.3 when you are building out your 5 flex slips on Prizepicks, but you just want to make sure that that total slip is still plus EV, and some of these other legs are obviously substantially, not substantially at all times, but substantially greater than that 54.3% mark, because then we don't even need to worry about our slip not being plus EV anymore, playing it over on Prizepicks. So Brett Maher, I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong. I don't really care. Brett Maher, under 6.5 kicking points, guys. So again, we missed out on Demario Davis. That's okay. He got bumped from 8.5 to 8. We found a good replacement here with Brett Maher, under 6.5 kicking points. And guys, that's going to do it for the slip for today. It's going to be Daniel Jones, so we got a nice Thursday night play. Hopefully it doesn't chalk us, so we have to sit here and stare at one missed play until Sunday. But we got Daniel Jones over 16 fantasy score. We got Marshawn Lattimore over 3.5 tackles plus assists. We got Justin Tucker over 1.5 field goals made. We got Cameron Dicker over 6.5 kicking points. And then we have Brett Maher under 6.5 kicking points. Guys, that's a 5 flex. If you're going to be tailing the slip, go ahead, smash that like button. Again, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell for all of our future content. I love you guys, and I'll catch you later. And as always, let's cash.